In this video we are going to show you how to properly set the land use of your master plan, so that we are going to explain how to create open spaces and facilities which will be located under the public land use tab, tertiary uses which will be located under private land use tab, and also parking under infrastructure tab. It is very important for you to know that we have divided all of these uses in 3 different levels: Tier 1, Tier 2 and Tier 3. Tier 1 are the ones that are the biggest ones and serve the whole district, such as a football stadium or whatever, a hospital. Tier 2 have medium area and serve a sector, could be like a polyclinic or a mall. And then we have Tier 3 that serve a super block and have the smallest areas, such as, like a small office or something like this. So if you want to go back to the tab that you have at the beginning and then you open the charts, here you see that the required open spaces percentage is 18%. So we have 24%, we're fine. But if instead of that we want to have, or the required open spaces is 26%, then CityPlane is going to generate new open spaces that have this area at least that you can define here when you click on generate open spaces. So as you can see, it is creating these spaces more or less in the center of the biggest super blocks, so that you finally meet the requirements and you don't have to do it manually. Similarly, if instead of 26 we click on 25 and then generate open spaces again, it will generate less open spaces. We also have developed a set of intuitive maps that you can activate here for open spaces, but also for facilities, tertiary uses or whatever, which are indicating the distance between the open spaces and the residential fabric. You can edit also the range so that you see according to local regulations if you're meeting the requirements or not. And in this case, let's say that we have something like that, and then this area is not behaving properly because it's missing some open spaces. So you can right click on this block and then convert it to an open space. So you just have to enter the name. Let's call it Plaza 01, for instance. You have to set the type, a park, a boulevard, square or whatever, and then you also have to select the tire. So in this case, since it's going to be medium size, we're going to say that is Tier 2. So 10,000 square meters. We click on add new, and then you see that the map is reacting, and then it's showing you that it's behaving properly. You can also right click on these spaces that have been created and convert them to residential. So instead of a green space, it will go back to the residential use. And then if you want to create a facility, let's say that we want to create a school here, you right click on the block, click on convert to facility, and then you name it school, select the use, and then also the tire. So it's going to be Tier 2 because it has 10,000 square meters, and you click on add new. If you want to create a tertiary use, same thing, right click on the block and go to convert to tertiary use. So let's say it's going to be a mall, and in this case let's say it's going to be Tier 1, and we're going to have 20,000 square meters. So it's going to select several blocks for you instead of only one, as you can see here. And then if you want to create a parking, you just have to right click, again go to convert to parking, name it, and then you just have to select if it is a parking hub, which is a building, or a ground floor parking area. Then you select the tire, the surface of the area, and then you also have to type the net area in which the parking is going to be developed. And you can also enter a ratio, so that if you divide this area by this ratio, you get the total number of parking spaces that you have there. If instead of ground floor parking you want to create a parking hub, you just have to select here parking hub. So on this panel that we have on the left under the land use tab, you can edit or erase all of these spaces that you have created. So if you click here on edit, you can edit the properties, or you can right click on them and then go to edit properties and modify whatever, the area for instance. Okay, then if you open the territory balance tab, you will see that you have more detailed data. So for instance, if you go to facilities, detailed facilities, you can see that this is the existing one and this is the school that we have created. So we have the use, we have the sector in which is located, also the superblock, the area and everything. Obviously, if you modify the position of the connection points or the size of the grid or the angle or whatever, the whole geometry will be responding and everything will be reacting. So I think that pretty much that's it for what you need to learn to properly set the land use. So thank you very much for listening and see you guys in the next video.